Yo, what is going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clockmaster. We're here to talk about the Batman. We're going to be going over some new details that was released after DC FANDOME, just to confirm some things about the world of Batman and everything like that. If you guys are interested in seeing my trailer reaction for the trailer, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to check out the link right above there. It'll take you straight to the video, or check out the description box below where you guys can watch my reaction to that. And if you're new, sit tight for this video. I hope you enjoy it. Consider subscribing if it's something that you do like, and check out the channel, see some other stuff as well that I post. Anyways, guys, with that said and done, let's get into talking about the Batman. Okay, so before we go over the details, I just want to share my brief thoughts on the trailer. I absolutely love the trailer. I've watched it a gazillion times by now, as I'm pretty sure much of you guys have done the same. I've watched it so much times ever since DC FANDOME, just replaying it, listening to the music from it, from Nirvana, listening to the renditions, the covers that was made from it, just absorbing it all, and just absorbing DC FANDOME as a whole, just the main highlights, and watching a lot of those trailers over and over again, especially the Snyder Cut. I might make a separate video about that one, but yeah, I absolutely loved it and loved everything I saw, and I do actually encourage you to watch my reaction to it, because my voice still hurts from that. I like really messed up my voice from that day of watching everything. So I just absolutely love the trailer. I love this, like I said, the tone, the music. I love Matt Reeves as a director. I think he's awesome. I think he's one of the best ones they have out there. A lot of people haven't actually seen a lot of his movies, which is really interesting to me, but you should go watch some of his movies, especially the Planet of the Apes movies. Those are really good. Cloverfield, those are also some good movies as well. Okay, so let's talk about these 5 new details from the Batman that has been confirmed since DC FANDOME. I also should add and mention that I'm getting this information here from a source called Discussing Film. You guys can feel free to check them out on Twitter. The link to their Twitter will be in the description box below as well. You guys can check them out. So I'm getting this list from them. I trust them as a source. They get a lot of their sources. They direct their sources and they credit them, and you can actually verify these things themselves. So it's actually pretty good Twitter if you guys want to follow them. So go ahead and check out Discussing Film. Link will be in the description box below. So the Batman will be set in its own universe. Now, this may not come as a shock to most of you huge Batman fans and you huge DC nerds. This is more information for the ones that are that don't necessarily know too much about this. Some people actually think that this is a DCEU sequel, and for example, I can give I had the pleasure of being on Akasan's live stream a couple days ago. We were actually discussing the Batman, and we're talking about DC FANDOME, and he mentioned that his significant other did not know much about the movie, and did not know that that she thought it was like a sequel to the Christian Bale films or whatever. So there's some people out there that have no idea about that. So this is more or less for you. This is not going to be in the DCEU. Some people think that this is going to be in the DCU. This is not going to be in the DCU. They have confirmed this along the way. This is going to be its own separate thing. The head of DC and Warner Brothers actually has said this on his own. The multiverse, and I said this in my DC FANDOME scheduling, they're relying on the multiverse. That's something that they're going to be really using and taking the liberty to create Elseworld storylines, and to also create separate storylines from Zack Snyder's world of the DC continuity. So this is going to be in its own universe. Some people thought it's going to overlap with the Joker universe. I also believe that those two are in separate universes as well. The Joker universe is a completely different thing, different timeline. It's all different, and it gives them the ability to create different stories instead of trying to interconnect other ones, which I think can be a plus for DC, considering that they tried to do their their connecting universe and their storylines like Marvel, and it didn't necessarily work out that way for them. So they have to do, I think, what's best for them. And at this point, creating solo films and really like hitting home and allowing other directors to come in and keep these characters alive, I think is actually a really good move from DC. So yeah, I think that's one of the best things that they're doing. Number 2, this is Batman in year 2 of his career. Again, most if not all of this video is for people who who don't know much about the Batman. So again, those of you guys who are clicking on this and you're like, man, we already know all this, so we already know all this, man, why you tell me all this? Not for you. But yes, this has become as a shock to some people that this is in year 2 of Batman's career. So this is an earlier, younger Batman, a more experimental type of Batman, a Batman that is now trying to get his bearings on things, a Batman that's trying to understand how to navigate this world and how to handle things. So this younger, grittier Batman in year 2 of his career, we're going to be seeing a lot of differences from what we know him as an established Batman, because we've also seen, if we look at Batfleck, if we look at Ben Affleck's Batman, he's more of an established post Good Year's Batman. This is him in towards the ending of, I would guess you say, his career. He's already lost Robin, but he's already had a lot of things to do to Joker. A lot of his older villains are actually like out of the picture, so this is more of an older situation. Obviously Jared Leto's Joker is still in the universe. If you can see the comparison between that and Christian Bale, we actually got to see year 1 Batman, or a little bit of the earlier Batman with Christian Bale, but this one is solely going to be focused on a Batman that is still in his prime, and we just got to see how Matt Reeves his take on this entire thing. Number 3, the public are afraid of Batman and they think he's a myth. Now this is one of those things where we've seen this told in different Batman stories over the years, where you either have the population either love him, and it is the population that extremely are just afraid of him. They don't know what he is, they don't know who he is. But like in this world, everyone is afraid of Batman. Everyone is afraid. The criminals are afraid of him, the civilians are afraid of him, and the police, the Gotham police is afraid of him. So it's interesting. We're gonna see in this world where everyone is in fear of the Batman, whereas in Christian Bale's, from what I remember, there's some people that worshipped the Bat, some people who actually really liked him. So we'll just have to see how this is handled in this movie. This is still we only saw about 25% of footage from the movie, so from the movie, 25% of footage, so we just have to see how this is handled going forward. But I do think that is interesting to hear that, and they think he's a myth, so we just got to see what's going on with that, man. Year 2 Batman, there's a lot of things that they can explore with this particular storyline. Number 4, the film was partially inspired by Chinatown. Now this I did not know. I've heard so much about the movie Chinatown. If you guys haven't heard, Chinatown is a mystery drama film that came out with Jack Nicholson, and I haven't seen it myself. I've heard so much about it. So if you guys want to get any indication as to how similar, if you guys want to really get in there, these real big cinephiles, and you want to do a comparison from the Chinatown movie and the Batman, I would actually recommend, and I'm actually going to myself watch that movie, and then when the Batman comes out, I'm actually going to try to see my best how many things I can actually see in the similarities. It may be similar in tone, it may be similar in feel, maybe similar in the fact that, and since the Chinatown is a mystery drama, hopefully we get to see some detective side Batman. Hopefully we get to see some more of an investigative side of Batman. As you can see him talking to Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, hopefully we're gonna see some more of that. We saw a little bit of that in Christian Bale's, but it was mainly him against the big villains. I want to see him doing some grunt work, some investigating, getting there, doing some more of that. I just want to see more of it, him going analyzing things, because he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, and that's something about the Batman that I think that we haven't really seen too much of, besides the animated series and besides the different animated series and the adaptations of the Batman is where we would see that shine, and the comic books obviously is where we would see some of those elements shine, especially the older detective comics is when that was highly reliant upon that. So hopefully we get to see a little bit of inspiration of that too, having some mystery aspect, but also some really cool fighting scenes, because that beatdown scene was one of my favorite scenes within the trailer. So yeah, hopefully we get to see some more of that. Number 5, this will follow a series of murders revealing corruption in Gotham. So this actually sort of answers my hopes and questions from that. Once we're seeing a bunch of murders and different things of corruption in Gotham, we may be seeing, because we actually saw a little bit of Colin Farrell's Penguin, which was confirmed from the prosthetics and makeup person from the movie, confirmed that it is the Penguin, and that it is Colin Farrell. I think we're going to see some of the bigger villains, but not too much. As Matt Reeves said in DC Fandom, that we're seeing more of these characters before they become who they're really notoriously known for. So we're seeing Catwoman before she is fully established as Catwoman. We're seeing the Penguin before he's fully established as the Penguin, the Riddler, and so on. And we actually saw one of the Riddler's victims in the beginning of the trailer. So we're gonna see a lot of these characters pre you know, them being known for who they are. So just seeing a lot of this murders and revealing stuff, and him taking out thugs, and him investigating different crimes and different stuff like that, that is what I want to see with the Batman. And that is what it appears that we are going to see with the Batman. Those are the things that gets me excited when I think about the Batman. So I'm looking forward to this movie as much as a lot of you guys out there. Say what you want about it. I personally love the suit design. I love the premise of it. I love the concept. I actually really like Robert Pattinson as the choice. I had some of my doubts, but more or less I was intrigued in the beginning. I wanted to see how he was going to do it. I wanted to actually see something before I made any judgment on it. And now that we've actually gotten some real footage, some solid footage that should keep us over for a little bit, you know, we got some solid footage here, we can actually make a proper conclusion, or at least somewhat of an analysis, prediction on his performance. And when he said, "I'm vengeance," like, that really hit me. That really hit me, and that really has me excited, truly and genuinely excited for the movie and where we're going to be going with that. That genuinely has me excited for it. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to his take on Bruce. I'm looking forward to his take. I love that when we got into the Batcave, is not fully established. I want to see Andy Serkis's take on Alfred. That's something I'm also looking forward to seeing. So we're gonna get some of that, and I want to look and see just everything. Year 2 Batman fully explored, very young Batman, and just the different things he has to go through before he gets to where we know him as. So hopefully this will be a really good, and hopefully it is a trilogy. This trilogy will be very successful, and that is just not a one-off, and that they actually do make the 3 movies that it's been rumored and confirmed to make. So let's see what happens from there. But I do hope you guys enjoyed my review and just my little analysis and just news on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the trailer and the trailer reaction as well. Let me know your thoughts down below for the Batman and what you're excited about, and we'll continue this discussion. All the new subscribers, I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Clockmaster out.